What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another video. So what you're going to see today is just me, the first 6 minutes, just zipping around, vibing on the wheel after all the adjustments that I made. Then the video kind of settles down and gives you some pretty cool commentary. So thank you and enjoy the video. witness is pretty much the aftermath of all my night rides. All my night ride adjustments were made, so that whole like 6 minutes that you saw at the beginning of the video was me just seeing how the wheel felt after doing these adjustments on my night rides. You can see my foot placement is pretty good. You can see where the position of the pad is. It needs to be slid down just a touch. You can see there's a little bit of a space there between the instep and the toe. But I'm not the type of rider where I like having my feet totally locked in. So that was something that I had to basically work up to and trust the wheel. I was in an accident a few years back, and if I have to get my foot off the pedal or out from underneath the pad, I don't want a tug of war going on. I'm going to be able to get my foot out, and whatever happens, happens. And I'm going to pull you in for a closer look. So I was trying to figure out, man, should I get the power knobs or not? Let me just flip these Alien Ride pads upside down and see if I can get that same effect. And right here, the only adjustment I really needed to do was just bring the pads down diagonally just a touch. And I did that. The wheel feels great. The only thing I think that I will do now is maybe add a little more air into the suspension to stiffen up the ride a little bit. But overall, man, I'm happy how the EX20S feels right now. Still just cruising around on the EX20S. And a big shout out to Electrified Rider. Great channel. I'll throw his link down in the description. He's been throwing up some amazing videos. I mean, he's putting up videos every day, just knocking it out the park. But I was watching this video and he was talking about soft mode. Now, I used to ride in soft mode. I popped the freaking EX20S in a soft mode along with that street tire. Oh my goodness, it has just brought this wheel to life. It is so playful. Now, one thing that I did notice is I was running with like a +2 tilt, upward tilt on my pedals, okay? Then I was like, all right, let me try a negative tilt. So I went like -2, maybe to -3, around in there. And I did that on all of my wheels. And one thing that I noticed for me, it was giving me wobbles. So I went back to the neutral position or a +1 tilt in the front. And now, again, everyone rides different, everyone's style is different. But what I noticed is that when I go to stop, it's like my weight is coming forward on the wheel and it's just putting too much weight forward, and it's causing the front just to shimmy around a bit. It's like my hips are not centered over my body or over the wheel. It's like my hips are just too far forward, and it was just causing me to just feel a little bit awkward on the wheel. Now that I've readjusted, I feel a lot better now. And one other thing that I noticed too is by having my feet, tilted down that -2 to 3, my feet would slide forward in my shoes and my toes would start hurting. I was like, wait a sec, why are my toes hurting? I was like, it's the negative tilt. So I was like, nah, man, let me put it back. So I noticed that the wobbles have gone away. I readjusted my feet a little bit. I went with a slightly more exaggerated stagger on my stance, and it seems to have helped. So, man, let's see if I can show you where I stand right now as far as the pedals go. I'm sorry, the makeshift power knobs that I made with my Alien Rides pads. But this is what she's looking like. Now, I definitely want to do something with this. I think I have something figured out. I might actually just buy the same fairings from Nyla Nova that I have on my T4 Pro and put that on there. I think that would fit perfect. But this wheel was a great buy. Shout out to CJ. I'm gonna throw his channel in a link in the description below. And one thing that I love about CJ is I think we have the same mindset when it comes to the pricing of wheels. Like, he gave me a really great deal on his EX20, and I try to do the same thing when I sell my wheels. I give the best deal possible, and I couldn't be happier with this wheel. Who knows how long I'm going to keep it, because when I get my next one, I don't know if I want to have 4 wheels in my place, so I might just offer this one at a really good price, but we'll see. I still haven't decided on what I want to get. I'm digging the Blitz, but I still think the Blitz has some fine tuning to do, and we'll see what happens with the future wheels that are coming out. I definitely want to demo the Griffin. What's up, everybody? Sensei here. Let's see if I can get the turtle crossing sign in the back. I've never seen a turtle crossing sign, but I'm at a nature preserve. I like to come over here and ride a lot, but just some more little tidbits about the EX20. I tell you what, man, I'm digging this wheel. I was watching Go George Go's video on his breakdown of the ET Max. He was having a couple, like a little issues with it, making some rally noises, and he broke the wheel down, and he was just talking about how complicated Begode can just make their wheels when it doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? And he was talking about how easy it is to work on a Master, or how easy it is to work on an EX20, and I agree 100%. Now, I know when I got the tire change, I went to Paul Stallone, but what I normally do is I will take it the first time to get it done, and then I learn just from watching, and I watched how he changed the tire. And this was the cool thing. What it would take me 3 hours to do, Paul can do in a half hour. Same with Samuel Pacheco. That's what they do 24/7, is fixing wheels. But this EX20 that I'm riding right now, I'm telling you, it's a great wheel. If you can find one used, I would say pick it up. Now, is it going to have all the bells and whistles of an ET Max or a Blitz or a V14? No, but I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you a few things. It's easy to work on. You get great mileage on this thing. It has a 3,600 watt-hour battery. I've never had a problem with this thing overheating. It stays cool as a cucumber. It's a very plush ride. Now, are you going to break speed records on this wheel that I'm riding? No. It's the torque version. Max out at about 38 miles an hour. I normally keep it at about 35. I don't go over that. But man, this is a really good wheel, and I would highly recommend it to anybody looking to get them a big wheel at a decent price. Now, with that being said, there are some cons to having a big wheel. Now, I already made up my mind. My next wheel has to be under 100 pounds, because after I ride this thing, my ankles are sore. I did have an accident. If you're new to the channel, a few years ago, I got hit really bad, and my ankle was severely injured, and I do feel it after riding this big wheel, man. You really have to be on your P's and Q's when you're riding this thing, slapping all that weight around. But overall, man, it's a very comfortable and plush ride. This EX20, couldn't be happier with it. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to ride my EX20S, my T4 Pro, and my RS19 for the rest of this season, and then going into 2025, I will get a new wheel. But for right now, I think I'm pretty good. I already have the money saved up for a new wheel, but I'm just gonna rock what I got and enjoy it. I'm telling you what, man, I don't get why these roads are so bad. The infrastructure is just pure garbage back here. There's no way in the world that a road that doesn't see a lot of traffic, especially this road, like circles around a nature preserve, and it's just horrible. It's like you're riding on a freaking moon or something, man. So I don't know. we'll see. But yeah, they need to do something with these roads. This is freaking ridiculous back here. I think I say it every time I run back here. Excuse me, every time I ride back here. The scenery is awesome, but it's just the terrain when you're on the outside riding on the main roads. It's horrible. Now, why I made these adjustments to these pads, I was looking at power knobs, right? And I looked at a set, and it was $121, and I don't know how much it would have come to with shipping. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can just take and flip my Alien Ride pads upside down and get that same effect as power knobs. So that's what I'm doing right now, just testing it out. And I almost got it locked in, but it feels pretty good. Now, I'm not saying that power knobs don't work, but that's a lot of money to pay for some power pads. Now, you can get some for $121 and they go even higher than that. I think the $121 might be like the base price, but that's a lot of money to pay for some pads, man. So that's why I said, let me see if I can be resourceful and try to figure out a way to do it. Not knocking power knobs. I've heard great things about power knobs, but I just think it's a lot of money to pay for a set of pads. I've seen them as high as like $180, and some might even be more than that. I'll see if I can flash some pictures of them up. But if you're a 3D printer, I believe you can probably print yourself a pair of power knob like pads for a fraction of the price. Again, I understand people have to run a business, but at the same time, man, you gotta be fair with the prices. And I might get knocked in the comments, people saying, well, you guys are riding, $3,000-$4,000 wheels and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. But if you go back and you look at my channel, I've been complaining about the price of wheels for years. When I got into it, heck, my first wheel was $600. I started out on an M10 III. And one of the big reasons why I bought the T4 Pro, T4 Pro is their version of the Tesla. I was a big fan of the Tesla. I had a Tesla V2. I bought my Tesla V2 for $1,450 if I'm not mistaken. I got my T4 Pro for $1,400. So I'm like, man, that's a heck of a deal to be able to get a T4 Pro delivered to my door for $1,400. And am I going to break any land speed records? No. But like I said, I'm a cruise rider. I ride at about between 25 and 35 miles an hour, which is good enough for me. But if you have deep pockets, that's one thing. Go ahead, spend the money on a wheel. But if you've ever worked on a wheel, right, and you open the thing up, what do you see? You see a controller, you see batteries, and a motor. There's nothing to electric unicycles. And people keep saying, oh, the batteries. Go on some of these battery websites and look at how many batteries you can get for a decent price. So I still think wheel prices need to come down a bit. I think the used market is great. I do think some people charge way too much money for used wheels. I know when I get rid of my wheels, I offer them at a good price because I know that there are some riders out there that don't have deep pockets. They're looking to get into the EUC game and they don't have a lot of money to spend. So that's my take on it. I say shop for the best deals that you can. Get in where you fit in. But this is let me get over this gravel here. Electric unicycles, I love it, but it's a very expensive sport or hobby to get into. You get in where you fit in, you buy the best wheel that you can, and just have fun. One of the best parts of riding here is just the wildlife. I'm going to show you, it's low tide right now, but I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here, man. This is awesome. I'll just do like a slow roll through so you can look at all the different birds and things. Pretty awesome. Hopefully it all shows up on camera. Trying to do a nice, steady, slow roll. You got seagulls, you got ducks, you got cranes. This is awesome, man. And this is why I love coming down here. It's just peaceful. I'm not trying to have a rally race, even though these dirt trails that I'm on are pretty nice. They're nice enough to let me ride here, so I don't want to ruin it for anyone else that would like to come down. This is the Corte Park in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Look at that one right there. I'm just gonna go halfway down this trail. Actually, no, I want to show y'all something. Hopefully all that beautifulness, as Bernie Mac would say, it's beautiful. It's just peaceful, man. Connecting with nature out here. Just coming out here and riding is awesome. Just take your time, enjoy everything, soak it all in. But I want to see if I can show everybody, because I live in New Jersey, but I work in New York City, and everyone thinks because I live in New Jersey, I live far away from New York City. So give me 1 second, I'm going to show y'all something. I'm just going to take my time on this trail because there's people here, and I don't want people yelling at me and going off, because I don't know, man. It depends. Sometimes when people say the wrong thing to me, I go straight into warrior mode. So I gotta just, I gotta relax, relax. But I'm gonna stop right here. I'm not gonna go much further, but I'm gonna show y'all something. On this path, right here, there's New York City right there. Again, I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera, because I'm not going to zoom in. I'm on my DJI Action 3, but New York City is right there. I'm 13 miles outside the city. That is it. Actually, right now, I'm probably 10 miles outside the city where I am now. So it's not far. There's New York right there. Better yet, there's the Empire State Building, straight ahead.